pretty straightforward. We try to make this exciting and interactive as possible. So, all right, so the first page, it says, make your vision so clear your fears become irrelevant. Wayne, what does that mean to you?
Make your vision so clear.
That your fears become irrelevant.
I mean, vision means, to me, it means write down all your goals and aspirations and work towards them until you can make them a reality.
What does that mean to you, Love? Make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant.
You can't occupy two emotions at the same time. If you're so driven to focus on your one goal, you don't have time to be scared and be afraid of whatever.
It's so sharp. You know everything you're doing from A to Z. You know what you're doing when you wake up in the morning. You know where you got to be at 9 o'clock. You know exactly what you have to do. Ain't nothing getting away there because you know where you're going. It's like a ship. When we ride on the ship, a sailboat. You know, they got to know exactly where they're going to adjust the sails. Now, the wind may blow this way and the wind may blow that way. But they know how, a good sailor knows how to adjust the sails. Okay, the wind blowing this way, so I'm going to tighten it up this way and I'm still going to go where I need to go. So you're so tight, you can't fail. All right, so look, as we look into a new year, we know this one that we just, this past 2020 has been one of the craziest, wildest years that we've ever had, you know, that I've ever lived through. So I'm sure, you know, we all in that boat. Love, can you read me the definition of a goal?
Goals versus objectives. Goal, the result or achievement toward which effort is directed.
Okay. So goals are broad, long-range ideals a business owner wants to achieve. They're not intended to be specific enough to act on, but rather are usually a statement of an overall ambition and where we hope our efforts will ultimately bring us. Bo, definition of objective.
It's a specific result that a person or system aims to achieve within the time frame in which available resources.
All right. In other words, objectives are more specific targets of performance, which in business translates to numerical levels of profitability, productivity, and growth. Too easy. Why set goals? Setting goals for yourself is a way to fuel your ambition. Like I say, when we know where we're going, it helps you get up in the morning. If you wake up and you don't know where you're going, you're just waking up just like, what I got to do today? Well, maybe I might do this, I might do that. That's not motivating, that's demotivating. You're not living your purpose. Everybody in this room, we all trying to live our purpose. We all are living our purpose. You know, some of us more so than others. Some of us need to tighten up and you know, myself, tighten up and, you know, get everything in line, not only professionally, but personally as well. So that's why, you know, we here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to set goals for our business, our family, spiritual, personal development, and health. While most people do not set goals, the fear of failure, you set a goal. I mean, a lot of people, I guess they set goals and they, you know, it may be too big of a goal. They're like, well, I don't want to set that goal. I'm not going to do it. Or I don't want to commit to anything. Or I'm worried about people, you know, I might not be good enough to do this, or I might not, whatever it is. I mean, people have all types of fears. So, unsure of what you want. I think everybody in here, we all know what we want, right? That's why we're here, okay? And lack of motivation. I don't like really the word motivation because motivation it comes and goes, you know. It's more discipline, lack of discipline. The motivation, you're not motivated every day. I know I'm not. I'm motivated probably one day out of the week, and that's Sunday morning. All right, y'all, we go to the next page. I need somebody to read this for me. Any volunteers?
I'm going to jump out there because I see one that's sticking out. It says, consistently prospect. Establish a minimum number of prospecting contacts. If you're new, 95% of your time should be spent finding new business.
That's a good one.
If you're new, 95% of your time should be spent finding new business.
So we're going to double back on that in a little while. Red, can you read me the first 1, 2, 3?
Yep. Design a plan of action that works for you. Review your previous year's goals and set new goals this year. Your plan should be inclusive of all activities that help to grow your business. Review the previous year business plan and analyze the previous year's business. Include all components from source of business to average days on the market and listing to sell ratios. Estimate the number of transactions, listing and sales needed to reach your goal.
I don't know about y'all, that's exciting. So basically what that's saying is, I mean, you begin with the end in mind. You know how much you want to make. You know how many transactions you want to do a year. You want to push yourself. So last year, if you did 10, this year it's time to do 15, 20. You know, we learned from what we did before last year. That's what we're going to learn from. For this year, we're going to tighten up our plan based off what we learned last year. Well, some of us didn't learn anything because we new to the business, but a lot of us did. And we're going to double or, you know, triple what we did last year.
And guess what? The top producers, you'll see year after year, the same top producers that make the most money in this business. Why? It's not luck that they're following, they're setting a plan, and if their plan says they need to make 50 calls a week, if one day if they make 48, then the next week maybe they make 52, but they consistently go back to sticking with their plan. So that's why this right here is so good, because this is what the top professionals in the industry do. They plan their future and then work their plan.
It's a 2020 estimated cost and investment in operations. So this is what I invested, you know, and this doesn't include, this is as a new agent, what a new agent can invest, and this is what you have to invest in. The first one, if you want to be an agent who is proactive, aggressive, which we all need to strive for in this room. So the first thing is a dollar and a skip tracer. Mojo dollar, skip tracer, that's $200 a month. So that was my first investment. NAR dues, you gotta pay those. That's an investment into yourself. They also, NAR, I don't know if you guys are
That's
familiar.
about $985 a year
Yeah.
for the.
So with that, what NAR offers, they have all types of training on anything under the sun that you want to learn. You go to NAR, they'll teach you. They have formal classes, they have them on Zoom, anything like that. You just have to utilize it. For many years, when I was in the business, I didn't utilize it. It's just recently, the past couple years, I'm like, you know what? Why have I not? I got all these resources out here. Why am I not using it? NAR has a lot, and also the designations. I mean, I just took the military relocation program. They got. What's some other? They got all types. They got East
They
State.
have a buyer's agent designation. They have one for luxury homes. They have, just whatever niche you're interested in. They have one for international that you may want to deal with people. We're in DC, which that you can do it. You have people coming in from all over the world that need to find housing. That's a special designation, a process that they go through as well. So you just have to find out what's your niche. What do you want to do?
So I'm gonna give you what I could have done differently. It's coming straight from the horse's mouth. Last year, I was operating, but if I could have done one thing differently, what would it have been? So I put a whole list. It ain't just one for me. It's a whole bunch of stuff that I could have did differently. The first thing, make more calls. That's like the bread and butter. If you want to be a listing agent, you got to talk to homeowners. You got to talk to sellers. And if you don't want to spend $10,000 in marketing, you're gonna have to make calls. You're gonna have to. It's a contact sport. You're gonna have to contact the people. See what's going on. Pull more targeted lists. Targeted list. Does everybody understand what a targeted list is? Wayne, what's a targeted list?
It could be expired listing.
Mhm.
It could be probate. It could be. It's an area of expertise that you go after specifically.
Right. It's not. You're right.
Like investors, they want pre-foreclosure.
Mhm.
Just that.
That's exactly what that is. Targeted list. That's for when you make the calls or you do your mailings. You want targeted list. Network with more agents. Me, I don't. That's one thing that is like way outside my comfort zone. I don't really like networking with agents, but I wish I would have done more of it, and I'm doing more of it now. Work my sphere of influence intensely. That's another thing that I wish I would have done last year that I did not do because
Everybody know the spirit influence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because every time I look at Facebook, I see somebody, they just sold a house. So I was a secret agent for like 10 years. Nobody knew I was an agent. I was working off market. So I'm like, why am I telling people? I don't want to tell nobody I'm a real estate agent. I don't need people. But that's the wrong mindset to have. Because actually, I don't need people, but the people need me. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people out here, man, a lot of agents they have no clue what they're doing. They don't know how to negotiate, they don't know how, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing a disservice to their clients. And these are people in my sphere of influence that I know. Like these are my folks. There's no reason why my folks, shouldn't be getting the top level of service when I know exactly what's going on. Brand on social media. Wish I would have done that long ago. Just starting to do it now, and I'm just realizing that it is a extremely, extremely, extremely powerful tool. Social media is how Red got here.
But
Saw a
the
video
other thing
that,
I like, everything that he said, we haven't gotten to pulling out the wallet yet, because everything he said is stuff you can do now.
yeah,
on your own.
this is free, like, except for the mojo, but even the calls. I mean, if you get a targeted list, you can call for free. I mean, it's gonna be more time consuming, but you can do it. All right, and now we going into pockets. More targeted mailings. Not only targeted mailings, but follow-up mailings from people that I talk to on the phone. That I need to tighten up in my business. Put more for sale signs out. I would have a listing. I don't ever put a sign out there. We just ordered some signs just now. I've never done that. I've never had a house for sale and put a sign out there. So the biggest lesson learned was to operate under high value tasks. For many years, I used to study contracts. I would just randomly scroll to MLFs. I mean, that's good when you're learning your market. Yes, it's good, but high value tasks that produce income. So everybody write in how much money you want to make in 2021. Be realistic. Just start off in real estate. Realistic is 300,000. Especially when you're in a network like this, you can make 300,000 if you're willing to work that hard. But put your goal. Realistically, new agent in our network, you can make 300,000, but you're gonna have to work. I'm talking that's like 60 hours a week if you're willing to do that. And there are people who are willing to do that. The average sales price in PG County, does anybody know? Anybody know what the average sales price in PG County is?
340, 336.
About that. 340 to 360, somewhere in there. So let's write that in, 340, 360. So what I want to put to average sale price on the side of that, I want you to make a little slash. What would the average commission be if our average sales price is 350?
You got your number, please?
Yeah.
Would be what, 10.5?
Yeah, so let's just put it at 10K. Average commission, 10K. All right, so now we're gonna go to why is this goal important to you? What will it bring you, allow you to accomplish? Take 45 seconds and fill that out. Why is this goal important to you? What will it bring you, / allow you to accomplish?
And that part is important because, like you said, when you're on the phone and you got 25 rejections in a row, you got to remember why you're doing this.
Right.
Why am I doing this?
Right.
You understand? It's important.
Just read me your 3. Why is this goal important? If you don't hit this goal, who's gonna suffer? What motivates you?
Well, this goal is important to me. Wait a minute, why is this goal important to you?
That monetary goal. Why is it
Yeah.
important?
Trying to get my son his own bedroom.
Okay. That's it?
That's it.
All right, cool.
Period.
If you don't reach it, who gonna suffer?
My family.
Cool. And what motivates you?
Family, money, helping others, being trustworthy, like just having that, good reputation.
I got you. Red, what you got for?
Financial security for my family, building a legacy for my daughter and son.
Mm-hmm. If you don't hit it, who gonna suffer?
My family and kids.
For sure. What motivates you?
Not having
Not having and feeling less than.
Give me one thing that you think is most impactful to increase your revenue in 2021. Just one.
I'll make a minimum 100 calls a week.
Okay.
I said putting more consistent time on the dial, like it's non-negotiable, no matter what I got going on.
Okay. So yeah. So
time block.
Time block. Right.
Like, yeah,
That's a good one. What you got, Red? Give me one out.
market to my niche.
Good. Bo.
I mean, I really gotta just keep doing what I'm doing, just kind of go harder, just kind of keep up.
Tighten things up. Like
Yeah.
just polish.
I got in
everything.
here just organizing, networking,
Right.
keep doing what I'm doing, just kind of go harder, and keep on learning. Just
polish.
keep doing what I'm doing. Just
Polish
go harder
everything
with
up.
it. Yeah.
I got you. So my strongest one is time block. Cause I mean, James and I, we did it today, man. If we would have time blocked our day and look, we only focusing on this and this, look, we feeding off each other. He got one thing, I got another thing going on. We get sidetracked, go here, we mess with both for a little while, we go here, holler at Wayne, it's a
Day
lot.
gone.
It's a lot. The whole day gone. The day was gone. So I mean, we got a time block. We have
so easy
to.
to do in this business. You lose your whole day
Right.
and down a rabbit hole that wasn't productive.
And then, what you just talked about, you gotta spend money to make money, so,
You ain't gotta, in real estate, you ain't gotta spend that much though. See, it's a time, either you got money or you got time to invest. And if you don't have much money, you got a lot of time, and you invest that time, that will generate the money. And then that money that you make from that time that you had, now you know the ropes, you done put in the sweat equity, as they like to call it. You done put in all the work. So now you take that money and you reinvest that, and that opens up your time. So a year from now, you gonna have somebody else making the calls, and you're gonna be able to to supervise those calls because you've done it. You've been in the trenches, you did that work. So you know, oh, I know if you make 150 calls, you're gonna get something. This guy telling you I ain't getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to manage that and know exactly, like dial in your business. So 5 people and how I will incorporate them in the success of my business. So I'm gonna skip around this time. Just give me one. Wayne, give me one. Who you gonna incorporate?
5 people?
Just give me one person and how you gonna incorporate them to the success of your business.
You.
Okay, and how? Like,
I mean, you know, working together, hold each other accountable, which is a big thing. That's big. I mean, it could be you, James, it could be anybody. Like you said, one.
yeah.
So,
Okay. Love, who you got? One person.
James.
All right. Ray, who you got? One person.
Well, it's a corporation. Adams and Associates is one of the companies I used to work for. They relocate people all the time
Okay.
to this area. So
Nice. For me, I put my sister. She's gonna start being my transaction coordinator. So that frees me up to just do more focus on prospecting and not focusing on, you know, what's that? Contract to close. It's a lot of administrative stuff. But as new agents, I recommend y'all the first couple of deals, you know, do it yourself. That way, same with the dollar. I wouldn't recommend going out right now and buying a VA and have them making the calls for you because you need to do that grunt work yourself.
Yeah.
You need that way. No one can play you. Nobody can just bull crap you and say, "Oh, I did this." No, but you know exactly because you've been in the trenches. You know what's going on. So I recommend I wouldn't recommend y'all to get a transaction coordinator to like 3, 4, 5 deals in. That way you know the process yourself and can't nobody play no games with you. You know what I mean?